All right, everybody. This is Kim Claver, and welcome back to the last part 3 of Network Marketers, What Should I Say? And what we're doing here is answering the question, what should I say so they have an interest, so they become my customer, so they become a rep? And that's what we're going to do. This is the last part, and I'll give you the answer here based on the previous 2 videos. You ready to go? All right, this is Kim Claver, and here we go. Step 3. Where we left off. Okay, in the first short video, we created your before and after, remember? So before you used the product or service, blah, 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 blah. So before I started using this product, you don't mention the name or the company, just before I started using this product or the service, I was someone who. And then you described the problem that you had using just regular language that you'd use if you talked to somebody who were 12 or 13 years old. After I tried this product, one day I tried this product, and after about 6 weeks or 3 weeks or 2 weeks or whatever, I noticed that, and then you describe how it changed things, what happened. And again, you're using language any 13-year-old can understand. So, for example, before I was someone who could not see very well, and I needed reading glasses, but I didn't want to wear them. So then one day I tried this product, and after about 6 weeks, I noticed I could read without my reading glasses. Okay, here's another one. Before, I was someone who knew I didn't eat enough fruits and veggies every day, and I knew I should get more somehow because I felt slow and stuck. Then one day, I tried these fruits and veggies in capsules, and after about 3 weeks, I noticed I got my old energy back and got regular again after months of constipation. Okay, so this is before, then one day, blah, 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 which is the after. Okay, last example. Before, I was someone who had had trouble with my weight and eating ever since I was a teenager. I just could never keep it off. I figured, maybe I'll have to live with it, but I was always looking. So then one day, I tried this alternative eating program, and after about 5 weeks, I noticed I had actually lost about 14 pounds. It's been 2 years now. I've lost 57 pounds, and I've never gained them back. Okay, so then in the second video, where we left off was, we determined your niche based on the before and after. So what we did is we took your before and after, because other people still have that before, and we showed you how you can create language that is basically your niche statement. Okay, remember we did this. First of all, the before, which is the problem, the pain, the issue, right? Before, I had trouble reading because I couldn't see very well. Before, I was, overweight and yada, yada, remember? That's the before. Then the nirvana, of course, is the happy state, which is when the problem is no longer front and center in your life. And then we showed you how your product or program is the bridge between the before, the problem, and the nirvana. In the first place, it was you who got your nirvana, you got your fix. But with the niche, you're able to do exactly the same thing, offer the same thing to other people. That is, people who still have the before that you had before you used your product or program to get to your nirvana. Your bridge is your product or service or program. And the steps that you see there in the middle are the pieces that a person has to go through to cross the bridge to get to the other side, to get to their nirvana as it relates to whatever problem it is that you're helping people with. Okay? So, of course, this can be the bad stuff that people have trouble with, can be anything having to do with health, energy, money, confidence, relationships, weight. And there can be many things within health, within energy, within weight, right? All these different things that comprise humanity. We all have lots of problems, and the question is, what are we going to do something about, and what are we going to just accept the way it is? That's kind of the story with human beings. So the before, this is the before side, people with problems. Our world is made up of businesses that help people with problems, and businesses make money because they help people solve problems that people want to have solved and will pay for. So this is a new way to see yourself. Instead of getting people, you're helping people who want the help that you can offer to get from their problem to their nirvana, and who will pay for it. And that's why you want to position yourself as an advisor or a guide who does that, okay? All right, so your niche are the group of people who have the problem that you can solve or you can help solve. This is who you can help. This is who you're helping to cross to their nirvana. We talked about this. And why people say no, remember, because it's easier to stay the way you are. We all know this. And that's why it takes some skills for you to help a person do what it takes to cross over. Buy the program, take the time, make the investment to cross over to the other side. Otherwise, the company wouldn't need you. They would just put up a link and people, whoever had a problem, would just go and buy. Okay? All right, so what is your niche? Who are the people that you can help? Well, here's a great starter. It's people who are still in your before stage. People who are still there. And that would be your niche. Your niche, people who have a problem like the one I used to have before I got on my program. Okay? So examples. Before, I was someone who could not see very well and I needed reading glasses, but I didn't want to wear them. Remember? Niche, someone who cannot see very well and needs reading glasses, but doesn't want to wear them. So here's another one. Before, I was someone who knew I didn't eat enough fruits and veggies, and I knew I should get more somehow because I felt slow and stuck. What's the niche? The people you can help? Someone who knows they don't eat enough fruits and veggies every day, and now they feel slow and stuck. So here is the answer to the question, what do you do? Here's how this all works together. You ready? From your niche statement, you create your IHelp statement. And here is how we do this. This is our way of answering the question, what do you do? To position you as an advisor and as a coach and as a guide, someone who is a problem solver that is seen as someone who has a business of solving problems and that's what you're into and that's what you get paid for because that's what you do for people, versus somebody who just gets people into their organization. Okay? So let me show you how to do it. You ready? So here's the answer with your IHelp statement. So somebody says, so Lulu, what do you do? You say, well, I help people who cannot see very well and need reading glasses, but they don't want to wear them. What do you do? Okay, you see how you have positioned yourself as I help these people, blah, 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 based on the niche, based on your before. And then you right away pass the ball back to them. What do you do? Here's another one. So Archie, what do you do? He says, oh, I help people who know they don't eat enough fruits and veggies every day, and now they feel slow and stuck. What do you do? Same thing. So we're just passing the ball back to them, and they can see, this is who I help, this is the problem people have, and what do you do? And the reason we do, what do you do, is to flip the ball back to them, because if a person's interested, they'll say, hey, wait. So what is it you do, and how do you do that? That's the reason we do that. So that the person on the other side, if they have an interest, they'll stop you right there. You'll see, go ahead and try it, test it, you'll see. They'll say, wait, how do you do that? Right? Okay, so here's another one. So Minnie, what do you do? Oh, I help people who've had trouble with their weight and eating since they were a teenager, and they just could never keep it off. But they're always looking for a way. So what do you do? Boom, right there. So you begin with your before and after for your own product or service. You turn that statement into your niche statement. People who yada, 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 which is basically people who still have your before. And finally, you turn your niche statement into your I help statement. I help, yada, 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 yada. Okay? And then what do you do? Notice, there's no mention of a company. There are no product names. There is no technobabble. No words a 13-year-old doesn't understand. There are no claims. There are no promises. It's just who you help with what problem. Like an advisor or a guide. Like a person who has a business that helps certain people do certain things, and that's what they get paid for. Isn't that how you want to be seen, as an advisor or a guide, instead of somebody who just is getting people? Oh, we had a lot of people ask, does this process work for the opportunity? Oh gosh, are you kidding? Totally. It works exactly the same way. And of course it helps if you've made some money, because then you can talk about it before and after for yourself. But there are ways to do it, even if you haven't made a lot yet, without hyping people or saying things that you know aren't true and that you really have a hard time saying to people because you haven't made any money yet. So yes, it works totally for the opportunity. We have done it for years. All right? So this is basically the end of the Bridge series videos, and you can see how we've come full circle to answering the question, so what do you do and what do I say, to come from your before and after to your niche statement to, well, what I do is I help people who yada, 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 yada. You described the problem that you had. Notice, no technobabble, no scientific jargon, no names of products, none of that. You can just roll back through here and see. And what do you do? Okay? If you'd like to see more stuff like this, more videos like this, more sessions like this, more tips like this, go to the old and new nwm.com. Old and new, N like Nancy, W like work, M like mommy.com, old and new nwm.com. And you can pop in there. I think there's even an opt-in, and then you can come to a place where we have some cool videos, one of which is called The Secret Weapon. And we show you how to qualify people, 15, 20 of them a day, without talking to anyone, so that you end up spending your time talking to people that have really self-selected for what you're doing. Okay? So if you're interested in that, go check that out, and we'll see you next time. This is Kim Klaver. Thanks for coming.